You probably don't recognize me with these glasses on. You're probably scared, thinking to yourself, who is this intellectual that has stolen Charlie's grease-stained chair? Have no fear, it's still me, Charlie. I know that may be hard to believe. It's like Clark Kent's disguise right now. But it is me, and I don't wear glasses often. I only ever throw these bad boys on when I'm trying to see the world in fucking 8K. And I just decided today's a good day to throw on the spectacles. Today we're gonna do something not many people do on the internet. It's change their opinion on something, which I know almost sounds illegal, criminal in fact. Don't tell the FBI. But yeah, you might remember a while ago I made a video on K-pop stans and how I find the entirety of celebrity worship to be nothing but hostile, unhealthy, sad, and pathetic. And while I do stand by that belief that celebrity worship is nothing but an unhealthy sin, I do have to say the BTS K-pop stans, the BTS Army, have really changed my perspective of them as a whole after something they've done recently. So by now, I'm sure you've heard of a little something called coronavirus, and with the way everything's going in the media, it's making it sound like it's more common than air at this point, so it's very scary shit, which is why I want to talk about this group that's actually stepping up to try and help in coronavirus efforts, the BTS Army. BTS is an extremely popular Korean pop group that has a massive and extremely passionate fan base that has pretty much dedicated their lives to professionally worshiping them. And what they've done is they've started to donate their money to coronavirus relief efforts, kind of following the example of what one of the BTS members did. One of the BTS members donated a ton of money out of his own pocket to help with coronavirus relief. And BTS recently had to cancel a tour, which I know hearing that makes you want to cry. But instead of dwelling on the negative of that cancellation, BTS Army fans started to donate the ticket refunds to the same coronavirus relief fund, and they have now raised over $330,000 in coronavirus relief efforts, which I think is absolutely remarkable. I think that is fantastic. And I love that. I think that's extremely wholesome to take the money they got back from their tickets to put it into coronavirus relief. I have nothing but respect for that. But you won't find anyone talking about this or patting the K-pop stans on the back because they're one of the most hated groups on the internet. I swear to God, fucking flat earthers are more well-liked than K-pop stans, especially on Twitter. On Twitter, K-pop stans are like boogeymen. They're like Satan worshippers. Nobody likes them. A lot of different reasons, but mainly because they spam fan cams on every single Twitter post ever made, always unrelated. They're extremely confrontational and hostile on Twitter. Obviously, not everyone that's a K-pop stan acts this way, but there is a large portion of the fan base that's genuinely toxic, which is why it's earned that negative reputation online. But putting all that aside, I think you still need to highlight the good things that communities do. There's always going to be bad members of a community. 100%. Every community ever is going to have pieces of shit in it. But when they do something great, you should really highlight that and not, just bury it out of spite. No one's mentioning all the good things BTS Army just did here. That's a lot of fucking money for coronavirus relief. That's more than anything else I've seen, at least on the internet. And all done through basically people on Twitter talking to each other. Hey, let's do something big. All right, let's go BTS Army. Let's do something powerful. And they did. And nobody is fucking talking about it. And I think that's a crime because people are afraid to change an opinion online or say something good about something they previously said they didn't like. Who gives a fuck? They're doing something genuinely positive. Thank them for it, at the very least. Don't get me wrong, I still don't support a lot of the general behavior from the K-pop stan Twitter warriors out there. I think it's all very unhealthy stuff, and I think there's no benefits to dedicating your entire personality to being the biggest fan of a group that doesn't even know you exist. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be thankful for them for what they just did for coronavirus just because I don't like looking at their fucking fan cams that they spam online. It's not the biggest deal in the world that they're there, and you know what? I'll see 10 fan cams today, I guarantee it, and I'll be like, you know what? That sucks, but you did a lot of great things, so you fucking earned these fan cams for now. And I don't know. I don't like the behavior on the internet or the belief that once you take a stance on something, like K-pop stans, you don't like them, you're never allowed to acknowledge any of the good things they do. They always have to be this cartoonishly evil group to you, instead of just mentioning, the good with the bad. So, yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to highlight this great thing they did here and just take a moment and say, thank you, BTS Army. You can consider me a new Army ally after this, because I really do respect what you've done here, and I think it's extremely positive. That's about it. So, yeah.